All right, today we're diving into something called architectural site analysis. We're going to figure out what it is that makes a building feel like it truly belongs.
You know that feeling, right? You walk past a building and it just fits. It feels perfect. And then you see another one that sticks out like a sore thumb. Why is that? Well, it goes way deeper than just style or the color of the paint.
Well, the secret is actually hidden right here, in these incredibly complex blueprints. And believe me, it's not magic. It's all about a really meticulous investigation that happens way, way before a single brick ever gets laid.
And that whole investigative process, that's the real foundation of great design. So let's get into it. So what is it? It's called site analysis. And basically, it's the process of studying everything about a piece of land. I mean, everything. The climate, the geography, the local laws, the roads, you name it. Think of it like an architect playing detective. And to put it really simply, this isn't just some boring first step. No, site analysis is the foundation. Every single design choice is built on top of it. If you skip this, you're pretty much just guessing. So where does this whole investigation even start? Well, you might be surprised. It doesn't start with the plot of land itself. Nope. First, you have to zoom way out and look at the bigger picture. We call this the macro view. Just look at these diagrams. They show you exactly how it works. See? The analysis starts super broad, pinpointing the location in the country. Then it zooms into the state or region, and then finally the city. It's all about getting that deep context before you even think about the specifics. So at this huge macro level, what are architects looking for? They're trying to understand the major arteries of a place. You know, things like the country and city context, any big landmarks nearby, the major road systems, and even just figuring out, hey, is this a bustling city center or a quiet rural spot? Okay, so once we've got that big picture locked down, it's time to zoom right in. Now we're getting to the micro view, focusing on the actual site itself. And this is where the focus shifts, like dramatically. We're done with citywide maps. Now we are looking at the specific plot of land, its exact boundaries, what's right next door. All those tiny details suddenly become the top priority. Yeah, this is where we get into the real nitty-gritty. We're asking questions like, what's the exact size of the plot? How do cars get to it? How do people walk around it? What are the buildings next door being used for? Are there schools, hospitals, parks? Literally, every single one of these details matters. But here's the thing. Analysis isn't just about what you can physically see. The really skillful part of this whole process is decoding the invisible forces that shape a place. And that's where climate and strategy come in. Okay, so these diagrams might look a little abstract, I get it, but trust me, they are so powerful. This one here, it's mapping the sun's path across the site all year round, and this other one shows which way the wind usually blows. These are the invisible, natural forces that the building absolutely has to respond to.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? You don't just draw up a cool design and then hope for the best with the weather. No. The climate data, the sun, the wind, that tells you how the building needs to be positioned right from the get-go.
And it's not just about nature, there's also strategy involved. To handle that, architects actually borrow a tool from the business world. It's called a SWOT analysis, and it's basically a framework for taking all that data they've collected and organizing it into a super clear strategic map. So what exactly is a SWOT analysis? Well, the letters stand for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths and weaknesses, think good road access, or on the flip side, a lot of noise. Those are things internal to the site. Opportunities and threats are external factors, like maybe the site is in a big tourism zone, or maybe it's in a flood zone. So we have all this data, right? Maps, charts, lists. How does that stuff actually become a building? Well, this is the best part. This is the aha moment, where all that analysis finally transforms into an actual design concept. Let's make this super concrete. Okay, so if the analysis shows that you get strong sun from the south, then a really smart design decision is to put the living spaces on that side of the house. Why? Because you'll get maximum natural light and warmth during the winter. See, it's simple, it's logical, and it's 100% driven by the data. Let's do one more. Let's say the analysis finds there's a ton of loud traffic noise coming from a big road on one side. Then, what does the architect do? They can place all the service areas, the garage, storage rooms, along that noisy edge. Those rooms then act like a sound buffer, protecting the quieter parts of the house where people actually live. Genius, right?
And really, that brings us to the single most important thing to remember from all of this. Site analysis is not just about collecting data. It's not a history report. It is the active, intelligent process of making design decisions. Every single piece of information leads directly to a choice.
So, the next time you're walking around outside, I want you to look at a building, any building, and just ask yourself, why are the windows right there? Why does the front door face that way? Because now that you know some of the secrets behind site analysis, you might actually be able to hear the story that building is telling you.